All right, I would like to tell you about the most comprehensive free guide to multiple mini interviews, BeMo's multiple mini interview definitive guide. Before I get into that, hi, my name is Dr. Sarah Klebe. I am an admissions expert with BeMo Academic Consulting. Please excuse my voice. I'm getting over a bit of a bug, but I'm going to do my best and pull through for you. So I'm really excited about this definitive guide. If you remember, we've recently put out a definitive guide to Casper as well. And this is a free resource that's going to give you everything you need to know about the MMI and everything you need to know to ace the MMI. This new resource, which I'll make sure the link is up for momentarily, is going to introduce you to the entire MMI process. Wherever you're at in your preparations, whether you just heard you need to do an MMI, you think you might need to do a multiple mini interview in the future, or you've already started your preparations, wherever you're at, this is going to have something useful for you. We talk about how and why the MMI was created in the first place, what it purports to evaluate and how that takes place, what to expect even just on the day of, what you're going to walk into when you arrive at the interview location. What's evaluated, the ways in which the MMI is, again, purported to evaluate things like your communication skills, the strength of your argument, and your suitability for the profession. Now, MMIs are most often thought of in the context of medicine, but they're absolutely not exclusive to that particular professional realm. Many professional programs are using MMI now, and so that notion of suitability is a bit flexible, but there are still some constants in terms of professionalism, in terms of your ability to think critically and creatively. And this definitive guide is going to help you think through what that means in your context. There are lots of tips on how to prepare effectively, all new sample questions with expert answers, and some really tricky questions as well. We go into some scenarios, some policy type questions, quirky questions, quotes, things like that. And one of the great things about this definitive guide is that it also easily links to all of our other free resources. Through our blog and our videos and all of the things that we've been doing over the years, we have amassed a large amount of free material all about the MMI, and we want to make sure that our students have easy access to that. Whether you choose to work with us or not, this is something that's going to be available to you and will support you in whichever program you're going into for which you need an MMI. So you'll be able to easily access the 7 most common multiple mini interview question or station types, tips on what to wear, little fundamentals that it can be easy to lose track of, but that actually absolutely sort of contribute to your overall demonstration of your best qualities on the day of. We give you some tips on how to prepare on that day of, some crucial ways to help keep your stress at bay, make sure that you're presenting your best self. And again, lots of links to sample questions, expert answers, including our well-known 100 sample MMI questions that gives you a huge range of content to think through and to practice with after you learn our strategies. And then if you decide that you want to pursue this even more deeply, we've just released a new book on the MMI. That's BeMo's Ultimate Guide to the Multiple Mini Interview, how to increase your MMI score by 27% without memorizing any sample questions. That's linked for you in the definitive guide, both on Amazon.com and .ca. And the title of that book, I think, is really important in terms of something to keep in mind as you look through our resources. At no point do we ever suggest that memorizing questions or memorizing answers is the most effective way to perform in these situational judgment tests like the MMI, like Casper as well. Rather than encouraging memorization, what we want to do is give you tools that you can use. We give you strategies, structures for your answers, and techniques that are effective and customizable so that your voice is coming through as effectively as possible. We're not telling you what to say, but through our sample questions and expert answers, we're demonstrating how you can take your own perspective, your own knowledge, your own foundations, and present them in the most effective way possible in the context of the multiple mini interview. So this is something on which you can build your own thoughts, because we want to give you lasting skills, not a quick cheap trick that'll allow you to score well, because there's no such thing. There's no quick trick to acing something like MMI. You really need to put in a lot of work to structure your own thoughts in really effective ways, in ways that the evaluators are looking for and through which they evaluate your overall performance. And that's something that we discuss in the definitive guide as well, is how the MMI is scored, what exactly they are looking for, what kinds of things they want to see prioritized, and we give you some tools to do that as effectively as possible. So I'm going to just change this over really quickly and show you the link. I'll make sure that this is easily accessible on our social media pages as well. That's the link to the definitive guide right there, so that you can go check it out, start practicing right away, start either easing your way into the MMI if this is something new to you, or start polishing off any knowledge that you may already have, maybe filling in some gaps that might exist. So again, a resource that I'm really excited about. We all are. We've put a lot of time and effort into making this the most comprehensive free resource that you can find. And we really appreciate the ability to offer resources like this to students. We'd love for you to come and work with us, do our mock sessions with us through our MMI Sim and our sit-down one-on-one feedback with admissions experts. But even if that's not something that's accessible to you, or if you're not quite convinced that it's something you'd want to do yet, you still have something to start with and something to build on. You'll have a stable foundation for moving forward, and that's really key to your success. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet tonight for my poor voice. So I hope that you liked this video, that you enjoyed it, that it was helpful. If you did, please do go ahead and like it, share it with a friend who might benefit from it, subscribe to our videos, and of course, feel free to comment with any questions you might have. If you would like us to help you with your multiple mini interview preparation, please do click the link that should appear either above or below this video, depending on where you're watching it, so that you can see our MMI prep programs and schedule a free consultation with us. We'll set you up with one of our admissions experts to answer any questions you might have and to get you started on your preparations. We have programs of a wide variety to suit any of your needs, and we are happy to work with you to determine which plan will support you most effectively. So, as ever, thank you so very much for your time. Take care, and I will see you next time.